7, 6, 5, 4.
Here we go, Roger.
On Insights, two eyes in the middle. INSIIGHTS, where we always talk the talk.
This is Mickey Clayton, the coach, and you have the famous, infamous one right there. I'll let him introduce himself.
Your reporter's favorite reporter is me, your boy, Rick Brown, in the place to be. What is happening? COACH.
Oh, God, you just get more and more creative as each day goes by. Well, we're gonna get this show going. We always start with comments. You got a friend out there named Ellis Woods. Oh, you laughing, so you must know him. He said, Mickey Clayton, the coach, and Rick Brown, your favorite Cowboys fan, And no, we don't want RG3 or anyone else associated with that Washington team. Once you wear the burgundy and gold as a player, fan, or staff, you suffer irreparable brain damage and emotional distress. Case in point, many have traded the burgundy and gold for red MAGA hats. RG3 took a picture with a Cowboys coffee mug while he was playing with the Skins. No matter who they are, they want to be like us. Still don't have a name. Call them the Washington next years. That's all they will ever say. Wait till next year. We'll win next year. Scrubs, all of them. Players, fans, and staff. Oh, they went for the juggler. And you got another one. Boy, Adrian Scott.
Oh, Lord.
Great show, guys. Coach, you stated that no one commented on Rick's slashing of the Cowboys. You need to ask Rick about his personal email and text accounts. Yes, this is personal.
Okay, before I get to Scotty, let's go to Ellis Woods. Okay, talking about wait till next year. That's like y'all made that up. That's what y'all do every year, every preseason, everything. This is our year. Jerry's World. We're coming back. We're in the Super Bowl. And every year, what happens? The same old.
They say the city moves.
That's funny. That's funny. That's just so funny. These people are funny. These
your personal friends. They say, yes, this is personal.
Yeah. Now for Scotty, he sent me an email. He was talking about. He had a good point. He was talking when we were talking about undrafted guys who had made it in the NFL. He brought up Everson Walls, and I said, wasn't that the guy that Dwight Clark got famous? That catch in the corner of the end zone in the NFC Championship game? Wasn't that Everson Walls reaching and missing? Yeah. That Everson Walls. Yeah. Gotcha, Scotty.
He said he might have you there, Scotty. But we'll see what happens as we go on, because we hadn't even got to NFL season. But we have a couple of things we still need to cover. But we have a special guest, my point guard, when I was at Florida A&M University, and led us to a MEAC championship, our first ever appearance, and advanced to the tournament, winning 4 games in 5 nights, and advanced to play Duke in the first round of the tournament. And after Duke educated us, we came out of the stands, and all the Duke fans gave us a standing ovation just for making it that far. But he's also been the head coach at Southern, worked at Southern for a while, and now is at ULM. And I want to bring to us Morris Gerald Thomas Scott. I didn't give a
Morris Gerald Thomas Scott. That's a good one right there. That's a good one, Cole.
Oh, man, we appreciate you being here.
Yeah, glad to be on. Glad to be on, guys.
I see you with your ULM basketball on.
Yeah. Still up here grinding in the office, man. Had a little late workout, so still trying to get it in.
You getting it in, boy. You got what now? About 15 years coaching, huh?
Yeah, Division I level. Yep, 15 years at Division I. I mean, college level, and then probably about 20 in all, though, counting high school and all that good stuff. So,
man, I saw some pictures of you that were online, and you look the same when you were playing point guard for me that you look right now.
I know that's what my guys say. I know you guys can't see it, but up there in that corner is like a little Florida A&M tribute back there in that corner that my wife put together of me playing and, some of my accolades and stuff like that and talking about me playing. And the guys say, man, you don't look no different than what you look now, Coach. I say, hey, man, you know what they say. So don't crack.
That's right.
Well, and then how often you got to go out there and break it down for them? Since I know they all think that because you look young, but
yeah, so
they want to tell you old, you can't play.
I normally just go out there, around this time in the summertime and play a little open gym every now and again, try to get a pickup game every now and again and show them during individual stuff and kind of show them, give them a little bit of it, just a little taste, not too much of it, just a little bit. But, I still try to play in a little men's adult city league, so that's always good.
Long as you moving, see, they don't understand when you play Division I basketball, you were the man. You locked them down. You took pride in that.
Oh yeah, definitely that. That's what I tell the guys in the city league. They, of course they see me. They think I'm the old man. They say, "Oh, that's the old man." That's Coach. Ice on them. After I take it 1 or 2 times, then they stop it. They cut that out quick.
You teach them real well, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hey, didn't something happen today? Wasn't this the first day they opened up? You can have recruiting now, or
right? Yep. Open it up today for us to get back to kind of somewhat normal as far as recruiting. Going to see guys and bring guys in to campus for official visits and stuff.
That's
like
what
that.
it was. That's what I heard.
Well, we have a component here that you probably will recognize this individual. We have a component called the Woodard Awards where we take nominations for people with outstanding academic achievements and things. And I want you to watch this and see if it looks familiar. Congratulations to this week's Woodard Academic Award winner, Camille Smith, daughter of Melvin and Kia Smith. She attended Hampton Institution where she continued her highly academic ways as she graduated with a 3.4 grade point average in psychology. She was a 4-year basketball player in high school back at Baltimore Polytech, 2-year starter. She was class president as a sophomore, but an outstanding academic student with over a 1,300 SAT score. Congratulations to the Smith family and to their second daughter. She was also a member of the Insights Sites cast. She was also a member of the Sites cast. You can find it on YouTube. That's a cast of students that we had that were nationwide, talking about a host of various issues. Camille was one of those individuals doing it. In addition to which, on the highly popular, successful Book of Mine, Freshman, she played one of the characters in our promo. She played Gloria. She is that young lady. Congratulations to the Smith family.
Everybody, my name is Camille Smith. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm currently a rising senior going to Hampton University, studying psychology, minoring in marketing. In high school, I played varsity basketball all 4 years. And currently, I am the intramural sports assistant coordinator and the social media coordinator for all sports and athletic marketing.
So I said, you're talking about saving money. What we need to do is put a cap on the salaries of the coaches. I wasn't talking about y'all. But to pay somebody like the guy at Alabama $5 million, right? But you can't send a player home if his sister got pregnant and you got a single parent out there who's suffering because the daughter went wayward. And you can't go home see your damn mother, right? But you can pay the head coach $5 million, right? And I said, no.
You told him that, Doc?
Yeah. I said, let's put a cap on the coaches. And spread that money out. If you want to talk about saving money, let's do some things to limit how much money you can spend on these damn coaches. And when you do that, you free up a lot of money that you can do these things with. But I mean, that is the threat. To me, that is the threat to losing athletics on our campuses, because the money, all these decisions that these guys make that hamper you, when they set Proposition 48, that was for the big boys, wasn't for us. But they wouldn't let us have an athlete that we could recruit that came who didn't meet the requirements of Proposition 48. They wouldn't let us have them, even though that was not a problem in our context. It was a problem in their context. So what they decided to do, what they did, was to set Proposition 48 at a level that they would be comfortable with the athlete, not what we would be comfortable with, right? And then denies you those athletes, right? Because what would happen is, if you had gotten a decent number of the superstars who fell into that category, you start whipping their asses, and they couldn't have that. So if they couldn't have them, then they were making sure that you couldn't have them, right? And so I had great moments in participating in the NC2A. The other one was for the partial qualifier and non-qualifier. When they had the partial qualifier, was okay. We got to the point that you could pay for them, but they could only play 3 years. So you could pay for the partial qualifier the first year, but they couldn't play ball until their second year, and you had them for only 3 years of eligibility of playing. And the guy was talking about how good that was, right? I mean, they were the big schools was standing up on the floor and saying, "This is wonderful," but they didn't want to implement it until 2 years out. So I got up and I said, "My God, since this is so wonderful, hell, we ought to do it right now." See, they wanted to get their stuff straight. That's why they wanted 2
years to get it.
To get it straight, right? So I said, but since this is so wonderful, let's do it right now. I want to move that we implement this right now. And the guy jumped up and said, no, I don't mean.
You made him backpedal, huh?
I said, we can't do that right now. We can't do that right now. It needs to go like we. I said, I know you son of bitches. It ain't that good. And you definitely don't want an advantage to be gotten by one of these smaller schools over you big guys, right? But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I got y'all a little bit with that one, didn't I?
Dr. Frederick Humphreys. Wow.
Talk about straight no chaser.
Indeed. He is the epitome of this show. Definitely today. Yes, indeed. He bought it today. You know, Dr. Humphreys did a lot for Florida A&M. For those who don't know, Frederick Humphreys, president of multiple colleges, really brought FAMU up when he was president from 85 to the 90s. I'm not sure when he left, but just from attendance to scholars, to scholar athletes, to money flowing from the big corporations, Dr. Humphreys did that and had the connections to bring that to Florida A&M, and that's why he's a legend on this show today, I believe, Coach, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he is so knowledgeable about many topics and had his hand in so many different arenas and avenues that is a great choice for a legend, definitely a living legend.
A living legend. Yeah, I remember Dr. Humphreys would say, we got some stuff we're going to play from him later on as we go through. And he was saying one of the biggest things about having an athletic director is to have one you can trust. He said that you could go to sleep at night and not be worried that they were stealing money or making deals under the table. He said, because if you got a corrupt or dishonest athletic director, he'll screw you. And you won't even know that he's stealing the money that's supposed to be coming to the school. And see, the reason I played that part of the clip was, if you listen to that older clip of information he just said, he called the situation that we in now in terms of money and schools at a deficit and trying to find ways to still maintain your athletic programs. And they hated him at NCAA meetings because he was a person who challenged. And he knew when they instituted that Proposition 48 and those academic requirements, it was to limit access to our kids. But they had to make a rule that limited across the board, because otherwise the kids would come to us and we keep right on dominating and playing like we've been playing. So they hated him. And Coach Scott and I were talking just the day about the transfer portal, because actually I found a list of the top 100 kids recruited out of the transfer portal. And they were like, it's hundreds of them in the transfer portal now. And I was just stunned because I didn't really like it. But Coach, share some of your thoughts on the transfer portal.
Well, I've been fortunate enough to be able to go in the transfer portal and get a couple players that I probably need. So it's been pluses and minuses for me in the transfer portal. But I think it's a good and bad a little bit. I think some kids are getting misadvised that's going in the portal. I just think a lot of kids may think they can play at a different level, or maybe they think they need to be in a different location. But a lot of times these schools don't miss that far off. So you shouldn't just rush into transfer portal. I think some kids are not sticking it out, toughing it out, getting better and buying into, I need to work harder, like Kobe Bryant say, they were, all his people and stuff was telling him, why wasn't he playing when he first got with the Lakers? You need to be starting. He said, no, I need to be working hard. So I need to give coach no doubt that he need to be playing me. And kids are not doing that nowadays. They feel like, okay, if they walk through the door, they can't play. They just jump in the transfer portal and they think another school is just going to pick them up right away. And that's the wrong concept, I think, that some kids get about just packing up and leaving and going to a different school. But it's a tough situation because, like you said, I know I was looking at it today, to be honest, just a couple of minutes ago, and that transfer portal right now is just Division I alone is sitting at like 1,700 kids.
Mercy.
1,700.
Mercy.
Still in the portal.
Wow.
So, a couple of them might have some offers out there right now, but 1,700 kids. I don't even think it's 1,700. It ain't 1,700 Division I scholarships available right now. Not in June. So I don't know where these kids gonna go. I don't know where they're gonna end up at, but they either been misadvised or or something like that. Like we talked about, I think they need to come up with rules about, kids transferring as far as like, coaching change. You give a kid the opportunity to get out. Anything kind of other than that, I think kids need to hang on and fight it out. I tell my guys all the time, if I wouldn't have stuck it out and hung in there, because when I first got to college, I remember we only had really 2 traditional point guards on the roster, but I was 4.
Hey, I was his coach, so at least he being honest.
So I was 4, but it just came to a point where that's when you recognize, like, man, it's good players everywhere. All these players that got scholarships was the best in their area. You were the best in your area. Now, what can you do to separate yourself? And it took me a couple of months before I even got to the floor. I didn't earn a starting position. I didn't earn playing time until I just got fortunate enough. And when the lights came on, the crowd came out there. I'll never forget Midnight Madness. He had me as the last point guard on the roster, playing with the best post player on the roster with Jerome. So, and I went out there and I just started going. I converted back to what I was doing in high school and just playing free. And he was like, that's the point guard I signed. Where that guy been? Because I tell my guys all the time, I had days where coaches would just tell me to go run the snake the whole practice because I turned the ball over so much. Right.
Yeah, that sounds like a spiteful Mickey. I know.
So, but if you tell a kid that nowadays, I mean, he just gonna transfer. He gonna be gone in 2 weeks. He'd be ready to quit. And he'd just lay down and just wait for the end of the season, jump in the portal, and say they leaving instead of trying to fight to get better.
Well, in your individual case, when we went over there in that little small town in Georgia with one caution light, they didn't want you to come to FAMU. It was too big. And
Right.
didn't think you could play basketball over there.
Right.
And we always recruited the kids that we thought could help us. It didn't matter if nobody else was recruiting them or not. And then you came and ended up letting in basketball and baseball.
Right.
And I remember one day you told a story after basketball season, the guys were fussing about they had to run after practice, and you were like, "Run? Where we supposed to run to?" And they said to the flagpole and back. They said, "If you don't bring your ass on and get to this flagpole so we could go." And you took off to the flagpole because you thought you had to do some running like you do in basketball.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Those guys, they have no idea what running was in baseball. Yeah, not compared to what we did.
Back to the portal. Is it true that some schools actually have assigned members of the staff to work the portal?
Yeah, they do designate them guys. So it's especially at the higher major level. They kind of have guys designated out there. And as soon as the kid pop up in a portal, I mean, those guys are sitting there on alert, and it just boom, they go to texting staff members, and here go this kid, here go his stats, size, this what he can do. Here go some clips. They'll cut up film on him playing the previous season and just say, "Coach, what you think? Should we, do we need to contact him? Do we need to reach out?" And then they go and track the kid down via Twitter, whatever social media outlet they have or something like that, however they can get in touch with the kid, and they try to contact the kid. Yeah, so that they have guys on staff that's sitting there watching that portal run every time kid go in there.
That's like another recruiting season.
It is almost.
It's definitely a recruiting tool, and unfortunately, it's really hindering high school kids a lot. That's the problem it's having right now. A lot of high school kids are getting overlooked, and you kind of just because some coaches are going to say, why would I take a high school kid when I can go get a kid that's done played 3 years of college basketball, football, whatever? I know what he can do instead of taking this high school kid and waiting 3 years, because at the same time, at the end of the day, it is a business at the same time. I don't know if I can keep this contract for 3 more years to wait for this kid to get better as a freshman. But this kid that's already played 3 years, at least I know he done experienced it, and he may be able to give me something a little quicker. So it's a tough situation.
But Coach, what about the coaches that actually actively recruit a kid that's not in the transfer portal, but they send his homeboy or his teammate to start talking to him because he's sitting on the bench at UNC or somewhere and not getting any burn and all of this, so they kind of find a place. They find a place for him to come with him.
Well, that's a different type of recruiting.
But it goes on.
I'm sure it does. Like, it's
and they use the high school coach. He's a conduit.
Yeah.
You reach out and see if Morris Scott is happy over there. He's not playing much, but tell Morris, if he wants to come over here and play, he got a spot. So some of the more highly recruited kids already have a spot that they want to go to.
Yep. And it's more so to say, I think the transfer portal, I don't know how they should. It's got to be a better way. I think the plan immediately is what really made everybody jump in the transfer portal, because you can play immediately. I don't think it would be as big if kids couldn't play immediately. They still had to sit out a year and then play, which, like I say, for me, it worked out. But, last year we had a kid that transferred in, and he ended up being our second leading scorer, and he didn't have to sit out. But I don't know if he'd have transferred if he'd have had to sit out a year, so. But I still think that's a tough situation. I think unless it's a really bad situation, coaches change or something like that, they're not renewing your scholarship, like a school don't want you to come back, then you should be able to leave. But if the school kind of wants you back and you just trying to run to get to a higher level, I'm not sure you should just be able to play right away. It's got to be some kind of give and take, because if not, then the big dog's gonna keep eating, because every player you get that's pretty good, they're gonna come and get them.
Well, I didn't know this, and Coach, and you had to go through this, and Coach Scott, you just brought this up, that in Division II, I didn't know that scholarships were just on a yearly basis, and it has to be renewed. I didn't know. I thought it was a 4-year deal straight up, but I found out when this new coach didn't pick up the scholarships for a couple of returning players in Division II at Florida Southern, and I was like, how can you do that? I mean, how can you just kill this kid's dream like that? And he said, that's life. You have to earn the scholarship, So that was something new. My question to you guys is, where does the athlete where's the athlete's rights? Where do they, this transfer portal, like you said, the high school kids are going to get screwed. Some of these guys who think they're all high and mighty are going to get screwed, and they're going to be left out on the streets. Where are the athletes' rights? Where are their rights?
Well, that's part of why they're allowing them to transfer. But the bigger issue is, if you make that move to put your butt in that transfer portal without somewhere to go, you risk it yourself just because you entered the transfer. That's why you see kids go in the transfer portal and come out. They'll change their mind. Now, scholarships only renewable year to year. One of the things, it's been a while since I recruited, but I always told recruits, one way you could tell if a college is honest with you or not. And they said, how is that? I said, if they talk to you about a 4-year scholarship, then they're not honest, because there's no such thing as 4-year scholarships. They're year-to-year renewable. Every year you have to earn it. So if they tell you that, I'm suspect now about anything else they sit in your living room and tell you, if they tell you that. Because now they're offering you a carrot that doesn't exist. And Coach Scott knows, doing this. And then the other thing with the transfer portal is the kids now signing to go play pro basketball out of high school. They're not even finishing 11th and 12th grade. They're leaving, going to this pro league that started, and some of them almost guaranteed $1 million. I'm gonna be honest. If that's my son, it's hard to tell him to go on. I mean, he going to school so he can get a good job. But if you get $1 million, it's kind of hard to turn that away. You know,
you can come back to school.
You can come back to school, and
You
some
might
of
not
it
be able to come back for that $1 million.
Well, some of them right in there that they pay them to go back. They get a bonus when they go back to school and finish and stuff like that. But it's a tremendous gamble, and you better be a good athlete.
Right. And that's the thing. I think they just got, especially, I mean, I can't speak on a whole lot of other sports because I mean, I don't know what football is, but I hear football transfer portal is saying it seemed to be kind of a lot of kids out there in the football portal as well. But for men's basketball, I know it's a lot of kids in there. But like Coach was saying, as far as like kids like going, you know, foregoing their senior year, going to play professional ball and stuff like that, I really do feel like the NCAA to kind of get this thing under control, they may need to go to something like the baseball league got and things like that, where if you come out of high school and you get enough to play, you know, have a forum league for these guys to play in, like they got minor league baseball. You know, why not have a minor league basketball league? You know, for some of these kids that coming straight out of high school, that's good enough to play. If they, you know, or right there on the cusp and they don't want to go to school, let them go play professionally. I mean, and go at it that way and try to build a form system. Also, these guys that come out for baseball, they sign, like the coach said, in their contracts, they sign a contract to go play Major League Baseball. And also in that contract, it's in there about paying for school for so many years or for how much or whatever. Just think about the guys that came back and played college football, like Chris Winkie. He was a pro baseball player, and then he came back. They paid for him to go to Florida State, and he was a quarterback. So, I mean, things like that are happening for baseball athletes, but it's not. You never hear about that for a basketball player.
Well, there's a couple reasons. They won't do the minor league for basketball or football because they have the colleges.
Yeah.
And as long as the kids can go play in college, that's what they look at as their minor league or farm system.
Right.
You know, and you could go in those other sports. It's mostly majority athletes.
Yeah.
You know, tennis, golf, baseball.
Yeah.
You know, but the sports that we're really prevalent in football and basketball, they don't allow that, and then they create an illusion or a misnomer that the kids aren't loyal and this and that. And, you know, we talked about Marvin Wilson at Florida State, and once he kind of spoke up against the head coach and all of that, he went from being a possible first or second round pick. So I'm glad he's with Cleveland, but he went as a free agent. Nobody drafted him.
Right.
And I just still think that somebody said something about the kid and it hurt him. Right. You know, so it's a lot of craziness. Rick, I hear you talking about the rights of the kids. Mm-hmm. It's hard for me to tell somebody not to take that money.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole lot to it, but what if he goes in high school and he blow ACL? I mean, there was a kid who came out with LeBron and Stoudemire and all of them named Lenny Cook. And he was ranked higher than LeBron. That boy ain't make it. I mean, if you look at anything about him on YouTube, it's a sad story. You know, they said it wasn't a lot of highlight footage of him, but I saw some. He playing with like a little Catholic team, and he head and shoulders over everybody else. He win the jump tip, and they play catch the ball, catch it, alley-oop it to him. He the biggest joker running down the court. So, I mean, and he was 6'6", but he never made it at all. So it's for every success story, there's 5 of them where it didn't work out that way. Well, Mo Scott, I know you got to go, and I appreciate you staying with us. As always, though, it's a pleasure to have you anywhere I am, anywhere your coach is. You always welcome me.
Man, I'm glad you guys had me, man. I've been paying attention and following it a little bit. You guys keep it going, man. You keep it exciting. I should say.
Thanks, Coach. We appreciate you, man.
And how you say it, reporter Rick? Straight no chase.
Hey, straight no chase. Straight no chase, babe. You know how we used to do.
Rick, you got all kind of comments on here.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Yeah. You got
here they come.
Here it said Rick the Ruler rolling the dice.
That's right.
And they say good points, coach, about the transport portal. Got to have a solid plan B. You know, and we appreciate the judge and making comments and tuning in. You know, we appreciate that. That's what the show is all about. As they told us from Jank Barbecue, I'll never forget. He said, man, it's like watching my two uncles at a cookout chopping it up.
And then I had to remind people that I'm like more the nephew, and he's the big uncle there. So, let's not get the great twisted here, okay? Let's not get it twisted.
I'm probably the uncle that everybody say, "Oh Lord, you invited him to cook."
You already know.
To go. Last time he was cussing everybody out. Let me get a plate to go because he's a little special.
And I hope he don't see me because he gonna start jumping on my ass.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, bringing up stuff you thought.
Hey, y'all, what's up? Y'all get ready to leave. I need you to go on down there and hit the subscribe and the like button. Yeah. We appreciate that. Hit. No, don't get no attitude. Just do that and hit the subscribe, hit the like, write a comment. Tell us something about the show. Tell us something about what we said. Now, hold up. I might not like what you say, but I'm for sure gonna read it and comment. And some of it we even use in the next shows. There you go. Down there, hit that button. That's right. There you go. We appreciate that. Appreciate it. That's how Insights grows. We all support each other. Don't do that. Don't get pissed off.
Hey, look like you got a little picky there.
I see y'all laughing. But we appreciate you, Coach Scott. We're gonna try and get you back on again.
Yeah, just let me know. I'm normally available pretty much every time around this time. You know, I just have to run today because we got guys that, you know, they get back in town, you know, first couple of days, they get excited and want to play a little bit.
Hey, just like y'all did, we had to open up the gym for you to go in there.
Yeah,
learn something. You got to show them. But Coach, we appreciate you being here.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right.
Rick,
I appreciate you as always, man.
Hey, Coach, as always, definitely. One quick, I'll make it real quick. Fans, stop running on the court, spitting on players, throwing popcorn on players. Stop it. Listen, I know you're excited to be back into the stands. I understand we've been inside for a year, all right? But that's not the way to do it. All right? Listen, have some respect. If not for the other players, if not for your team, for yourself. Because if you did something like that to me in the streets, I'll whoop your ass. Point blank, period. All right? So, come on, guys. Let's be smart. Let's get it together.
Rick, I know that's been something that you wanted to say. I'm glad you were able to get it in.
Thank you.
You know, that's all right. It's just, it's so much craziness out there. You know, and again, get your COVID shot. Well, we went to Valdosta and played golf. And I'm telling you, when we got there, when you go check in, your pro shop, nobody had any mask on at all. When we went to the gas station, nobody had masks on. When you went to get some food, nobody had masks on. And I'm like, did the pandemic miss Georgia? I mean, why are y'all listening to people telling you that it's under control? Because it's not under control. Take your shots, please. I'm tired of every week I'm hearing stories about things that are happening to people that died, having kids, people in state office buildings with 8, 9, 10 people with the infection and them not telling the other people that they're sick. Y'all please be smart. Please, we plead with you to get that shot.
Please.
Yeah,
please.
We appreciate y'all, and hopefully you'll be with us next week too.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for being with us. This is the coach. And what's your tagline?
Your reporter's favorite reporter.
Make a line.
From Insights. Visit our website at insights.com. 2 I's in the middle. INSIIGHTS.
Insights is the copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises and is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. Comments of the host and other individual speakers on Insights represent their independent thoughts and representation.